Welcome to all. Here we are going to learn the new topic from MSc first year student, that is the organometallic chemistry. Okay, here this is the course of 290. Okay, here let me see first of all the syllabus. This is the syllabus for second semester. We already discussed in the course of bioinorganic chemistry. So repeat it again. In the second semester, we have 4 subjects. First, that is the CCTP4. CCTP, that means you can see in this the long form of the CCTP. That is what? The core compulsory theory paper. And here this next one, that is a CBOP. Here in the in that case there is a CBOP. What is the CBOP? CBOP means choice based optional paper. And CCPP, the last one, there is a CCPP. CCPP, that means what? You can see here the core compulsory practical paper. Okay, here first let me see CCTP, that is what? Course compulsory theory paper. The theory papers are first physical chemistry. Okay, this is a 4 credit course. In that there is a 2 sections. First molecular spectroscopy and the second one, that is a nuclear chemistry. Okay, second CCTP 5, that is also called as a CHI 230. This is called as inorganic chemistry. This also has the 2 section, first coordination chemistry and second one, that is the bioinorganic chemistry. We already discussed about the bioinorganic chemistry and we start to learn the topic related to this bioinorganic chemistry. Okay, next that is the CCTP 6, that is also called the CHO 250 course, that is called as a organic chemistry. This organic chemistry includes the 2 section. The first section include the photochemistry and the pericyclic reaction, and the second, that is the organic spectroscopy. All these courses have the 4 credit course and they have the same lectures allotted. Okay, second one, that is a CBOP2, that is also called as a CHG 290 course. Okay, CBOP, that means a choice based optional paper. Here in this paper, here you have the option A, B and C. A, B and C, these are the elective subject, that is called as general chemistry. Okay, you have to choose only one option. First option, elective option, is material characterization technique. Second option is organometallic and inorganic reaction mechanism. And third one, that is the introduction to chemical biology. Okay, and here we choose the second option, that is option B, that is called as the organometallic and inorganic reaction mechanism. This is the 2 credit course. Okay, here why we choose this topic? Because this is very important for your NET/SET examination. Next, that is the section 2. Here, like the 190 case, there are the 2 section is there. In the one section theory part is there and second section practical. Here also in case of CHG 290 course, there are the 2 section. First section have the the theory paper and the second have the general chemistry practicals. Okay, here also the 2 option is there. That is option 1, that is electroanalytical techniques of analysis, and the second one, that is what? Chemical biology practical. Here we choose the first option, that is what? The electroanalytical technique of the analysis. This is also the 2 credit course and the summation of that, there is total 4 credit course. Okay, last, that is what? CCPP. CCPP, that is core compulsory practical paper. This is also called the CHP 227. Okay, this is called as a basic practical chemistry. The total credit for the first year is what? The 40. Here the 20 credit for the semester 1 and the 20 credit for the semester 2. Okay, here I am going to teach you this elective subject, that is what? Organometallic and inorganic reaction mechanism, that is elective option B from the course CHG 290. So let's start with the syllabus or the topic included in this general chemistry subject, that is called as what? CHG 290. Okay, in the section 1 we are going to learn the section 1 because section 2 is of practical purpose. Okay, here these are the three elective subject. We choose what? The elective option B, that is called as what? Organometallic and inorganic reaction mechanism. So let's start with the understanding the which topic are included in this course. That is here first, that is organometallic chemistry. We have to learn here the organic ligand and their nomenclature. Okay, the 18 electron rule, counting of electron, ligand having extended pi system, etc, etc. Second one, that is what? Organometallic reaction and the catalyst. We are going to learn some basic reaction, that is what? The ligand dissociation reaction, substitution reaction, oxidative addition reaction, reductive elimination reaction. All these reactions are very important for your MCQ pattern and also for what? Your net set examination. Okay, here in the net examination, in organic part, most of the question which can be asked from this part, that is organometallic and the inorganic reaction mechanism. That's why we choose this subject. Okay, the third topic we are going to learn here, we also learn some cycles, that is Wilkinson catalyst, olefin metathesis, heterogeneous catalysis, Ziegler-Natta. All this cycle we already learned, but in this case we will learn in detail. Okay, next topic, that is what? Coordination compound, their reaction and the mechanism. In this we are going to learn history and principle of the substitution reaction, inert and the labile complex. What are the inert complex and the labile complex, mechanism of the substitution, kinetic consequences of the reaction, the dissociation, interchange, association. All these reactions are we will learn in this topic. Okay, here for this learning this topic, here you can refer the following references. First, that is inorganic chemistry from the Gary Wiesler and Donald. This is available in our library. Okay, next, that is the IUPAC nomenclature of organometallic compound of transition metal by the Seltzer. Okay, this is the syllabus included in CHG 290 course, that is called the general chemistry. Okay, so here why some students will ask the question why we start this syllabus, because the first semester doesn't have any exams. Okay, but here students, your exam, the second semester exam will be at the end of June, and that's why we have to complete the syllabus of the semester second also. समजलंय का? आपण हा सिलेबस इतक्या लवकर का सुरू करतोय? काही विद्यार्थी लेक्चर बघत नसतील तर जरूर हे लेक्चर बघा, कारण तुमच्या फर्स्ट सेमिस्टरच्या एक्झाम झाल्यानंतर तुमच्या जे काही सेकंड सेमिस्टरच्या एक्झाम्स आहेत त्या खूप लवकर आहे, त्या जनरली जून एंडिंग पर्यंत तुमची एक्झाम स्टार्ट होणार आहे. ओके, त्याचं वेळापत्रकही लवकरच तुम्हाला मिळेल. मग त्या अगोदर आपला सिलेबस हा कव्हर झाला पाहिजे, कम्प्लीट झाला पाहिजे, विद्यार्थ्यांचं कुठेही नुकसान होऊ नये, म्हणून आपण सेकंड सेमिस्टर सुद्धा शिकवण्यासाठी स्टार्ट केलंय. ओके, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विथ द टॉपिक. आता तुम्ही सध्या तुमचं सेकंड सेमिस्टर फर्स्ट सेमिस्टरचा अभ्यास करा आणि त्यानंतर तुम्ही हे यूट्यूब लेक्चर्स बघू शकतात फॉर स्टार्टिंग युअर स्टडी. Okay, of the semester second. Okay, so let's start with the second topic. Don't be confused because I am here teaching you the here two topic from the MSc first year. Okay, the first topic, that is what? The CHI 230 course. The second section is bioinorganic chemistry. This is also the inorganic part, and the second topic I am going to teach you, that is what? CHG 290. This is also the part of inorganic. Okay, but these two code are different. First, that bioinorganic, which is included in what? The CHI 230, and here the organometallics, which are included in what? Which course? CHG 290. Don't be confused. Okay, so let's start with the our first lecture related to the organometallic compound. Okay, so what are the organometallic compound? The first question is, because this topic is somewhat new for the students. Okay, what is organometallic compound? Here this word itself introduced their definition: organo and metallic. Metallic means what? Metal. And organo means organic compound, and you know very well organic compounds are what? The nothing but the carbon compound. That means the compound which contains metal carbon bond are called as a organometallic compound. Okay, this is the branch which deals with the study of what? The organometallic compounds, their preparation, their structures, their bonding and the reaction are also called as the organometallic chemistry. Organometallic means the study of what? Metal and organic compound, their bonding, their structure, their preparation, their reaction, their uses, also all are included in the chemistry that is called as a organometallic chemistry. Okay, here it is observed that almost all the metals, that means what? Main group elements or the transition metal, inner transition series, form a bond with the carbon and thus form the organometallic compound. Okay, but mostly the transition metal will form the organometallic compounds. Okay, so let me see some examples of organometallic compound. This is very important in your exam MCQ pattern. Here, this is the Zese salt. Zese salt is the first transition metal of the organometallic compound. This is very important question asked in the examination. Also in that set, what question will ask to you? Here, following are the first organometallic compound. Which one is the first organometallic compound? This is the Zese salt. Why it is called as Zese salt? Because this is first discovered by W.C. Zese, Danish pharmacist. He is a pharmacist in 1789 to 1847. Okay, what is the Zese salt? And also second question you will ask, that is following is the formula for the Zese salt. Okay, well, then what is the structure of the formula for the Zese salt? This is the Zese salt. What is the formula? KC2H4 PtCl3 H2O, that is called as a potassium ethylene platinum trichloride. How it is prepared? Here potassium tetrachloroplatinum, which is reacted with the ethanol, prepare this compound that is called as a Zese salt. This is the first transition metal organometallic compound. Remember that. Remember their name. This is called as what? Zese salt. And this is the salt. Okay, and what is the formula? KC2H4 PtCl3 H2O. Here sometime here in the question paper also this type of the structure will given to you, that is here the Pt, and here this is the C2H4, that is this is the ethylene compound, not the ethane. That means they have the like this structure, CH2 double bond CH2, and here there are the 3 chlorine which is attached to here like this manner, Cl, here there is another Cl, and here there is another Cl, and then this is the like this structure. Sometime you are here the option is only this, the potassium not given here, but sometime full structure will be given to you. Okay, what you have to remember over here? What is the Zese salt? This is the first transition metal organic compound. What is the structure of the Zese salt? Okay, here you can see this is the actual picture of the Zese salt. Okay, next the first sigma bond. This is the pi bonded structure. Okay, why? Here you can see here there is a metal which form a pi bond with this organic compound. Okay, this is the first pi bonded structure, but the first sigma bonded organometallic compound, this is the first sigma bonded organometallic compound is what? Diethyl zinc. This is not asked, but maybe asked in the net examination, because the net examination becomes very very tough. Okay, that's why this question also may be asked in your exam. Okay, who discovered this? This is discovered by Edward Frankland in 1825 to 1899. Okay, this is the coin the term organometallic. Okay, here how it is prepared. This can be prepared by the reaction of C2H5i, that is ethyl iodide, reacted with the zinc. There is a formation of C2H5 twice zinc. This is the structure of this compound. The central blue colored is what? This is the zinc, and here there are the two C2H5 which can be bonded to both sides of the zinc. This is the compound. This is what? Which form a sigma bond. You can see only single bond is there. That means the metal will form the sigma bond with the ethyl or organic compound. Okay, this is the first sigma bonded organometallic compound. Okay, let's see the carbonyl complex compound. This is the another topic. Here carbonyl complex, mostly what happened here, this metal is mostly form a bond with the carbonyl compound. जैसे salts and this is another compound are the firstly found, but after that the most of the metal which can be form a number of compound with this, that of the carbonyl. Okay, that's why we learn first of all the metal carbonyl complexes. Here that means in that case what happened, sorry, in that case what happened, metal form a bond with the carbonyl. Okay, here this carbonyl is what? Ligand. Okay, this carbonyl is the ligand or most important ligand. Okay, this is the pi acid ligand. Okay, the carbon monoxide offer, why it is very important, why we study this carbonyl complex compound, because this is this carbon monoxide which offer very good example for the pi bonding in addition to the sigma bonding between what? The metal and the ligand. The valence bond theory shows that this carbon has the lone pair of electron which is used to the donation of their electron to the metal to form a sigma bond. Let me see the theory of that. Here this carbonyl compound which is very important. Why? Because this carbonyl compound will form two types of the bond. First, that is what? The sigma bond, and second one, that is a pi back bond. This is very important. You have to use this concept letter word. That's why please understand what is the sigma bond and the pi back bond. Okay, let's we see here this metal which has the empty p or the d orbital. Okay, whenever this metal have the empty p or d orbital, and this carbonyl carbon, this carbon which have the filled sigma orbital, field orbital, that means what? This carbon have the electron in their sigma orbital. Okay, then what happens? This carbon which donates their electron to the metal atom and to form a single bond like this manner. Metal form a single bond with this carbonyl. Okay, how it this sigma, this is called as a sigma bond. Why? Because how this bond is going to form? By the donation of the electron from carbon to the metal atom. That is called the sigma bonding. Okay, then next type of bonding, that is the pi back bonding. How it is formed? Because the metal have, sometime what happen? The metal have a filled d orbital. Filled orbital, that means in the d orbital metal have the electron, and here the carbonyl carbon, this carbon which have the empty pi star orbit, that means their pi star orbital there is no any electron are present. Then what happen? How they will form the bond? They form the bond by the donation of the electron from the metal to the carbon. where the electron is going to, which is goes to the empty pi star orbitals. Okay, the bond will be formed, that is called as a pi back bonding according to the VBT theory, valence bond theory and MO metal molecular orbital theory. The continuing the electrons help to predict the stability here of the metal carbonyl, but it will not tell you whether the carbonyl is bridging or the terminal. Why we study this? Because the sigma bonding and pi bonding decide whether this molecule is stable or not. Okay, that's why we must have to study the sigma bonding and the pi bonding. But one drawback is there, this bonding doesn't show whether this carbonyl which is present in the bridging position or the terminal position. Okay, here you can see the metal bonding theory. Okay, this is the metal which having the filled electron, which this carbon which donates the electron to the metal, there is formation of sigma bonding, and also here this pi back bonding will be formed by the donation of the filled d orbital of the metal to the carbon. Here also form a pi bond by the, if there is a pi bonding is there, donation from the pi. Whenever this pi electron which donates the electron to the metal, okay, that time here there is a formation of the pi. Okay, donation from the pi electron. There is a formation of the sigma bonding. If alkene is there, that time, if here only carbon is there, if another ligand is there, that time also form a sigma bonding and the pi bonding. Okay, if alkene is there, that time what happen? There is a donation of the pi electron from the carbon to the metal atom. There is a, here there is a formation of sigma bond, and here whenever the metal has the what the electron, and which they donate their electron to the pi star orbital, empty pi star orbital of the carbon, there is a formation of what? Pi back bonding. Sorry, this is the back bonding, pi back bonding. Okay, that means this type of bonding which can be happen in case of carbonyl compound and also in the another organic compound. Okay, this can be formed organometallic compound. This is another example of the organometallic compound, ferrocene. This is this one. Here all these compounds are the examples of the organometallic compound. Here we are going to learn about the metal carbonyl compound. These are some examples of the metal carbonyl compound. Okay, and their hybridization here and the structure. The coordination number around the metal normally remains 6 or lesser. The electron species which as such as MnCO5 and COCO4 dimerize to gain the 18 electron, and VCOC does not dimerize. Here let me see the coordination number. Also here in the examination you ask the coordination number. Okay, coordination number means what? Here the metal which is bonded to the number of ligands, that is called as a coordination number. That means what? This nickel which is bonded to 4 carbonyl, that means this complex has a coordination number 4, and it is the tetrahedral structure. You know, you learn the hybridization of the coordination compound. Okay, you know very well how to find out the hybridization. You already studied it in the TYBSc class. Here we learn only the what carbonyl compound, their different examples, their structures and the coordination number. Here there are the 5 carbonyl, that's why this coordination number is 5. Always ask in the SAT or NET examination, find out the coordination number of the following compound. You must know coordination number, how to calculate. Okay, this is simply what? The number of ligand attached to the one metal. Okay, here there is a coordination number is 6. Okay, there are the 2 Mn is there, manganese is there, that's why the one manganese has a coordination number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. That means coordination number is 5. Okay, this is a dimeric compound. What it called? This is the dimeric compound. This is also the dimeric. Here there are the 3 osmium is there, that's why this is called as what? Trimeric compound. And here this is the 4 iridium is there, that's why it is called as what? Tetrameric compound. Okay, these are some examples. Here in the from the group 4, the first compound, that is titanium. TiCO4, that is hexacarbonyl titanium. This is green in color. This is another from group 5. There is a VCO6, which is a blue green in color. This is the from group 6, that is the CrCO6. This is a colorless. Another molybdenum and the tungsten also form this type of compound. All these are the colorless. Okay, who decide the color? According to what? The number of unpaired electron. Okay, here in case of titanium, palladium, there is the 1 and 2 unpaired electron are present, that's why they have the color. But in case of chromium family, there is no any paired electron, no any unpaired electron, that's why these compounds are colorless. Okay, here this is Mn2CO10, this is golden yellow in color. This is FeCO5, this is light yellow in color. This CO2CO8, this is dark orange in color, and COCO4, it is colorless compound. Okay, here you must know the structure of this compound. Why? Because this structure always asked in the examination. Okay, this is a structure from group 5, group 6, group 7 dimeric compound. Which compound form a dimeric compound? That is a manganese, technetium and rhenium. They have the formula what? M2. Here they have the formula M2CO9. Okay, always ask in the examination what question will ask to you: the following compounds or form, or following metals form this type of the dimeric nature or dimeric structure, that is Mn, technetium and rhenium. That is what? Group 7. Okay, and here they also ask the find out the bridging carbonyl. How many bridging carbonyls are present, how many terminal carbonyls are present. Likewise, this question are asked in a examination. Okay, this also, that's why you must know the structure of all elements. Okay, this is about what? The organometallic compound. Here we start the learn the organometallic compound. Today we learn only what? The metal carbonyl compound. Okay, we learn only what is the metal carbonyl compound, what is the organometallic compound. Okay, and their structures. The next time we will learn how to determine the whether this compound is stable or not, and etc. Okay, so thank you very much for your attention. Okay, thank you very much. Next time we will learn the next topic related to the organometallic chemistry. Okay, thank you.